Here's the original Gucci bag of one of my customers, and she wanted me to add a handle to the bag. The bag has been abandoned by her, and she was like, okay, do you know what, Ben, can you do something great with this bag? I was like, okay, no problem, I'm gonna pick up this challenge. Okay, so I went straight down to my laptop and I drafted a pattern for the handle. In my mind, I was like, okay, what's the pattern that will make sense? And I thought about the Hermès-style kind of handle. Okay, this is my first time of doing something like this, so it turned out great. And yeah, a little bit of calculation here and there, but I was able to nail it and also prepare the file for printing. So here I've already cut out the pattern and I was just sizing it on the bag to ensure that it was going to look great. So at this moment I started cutting out the I started tracing out the cutout of the pattern on the leather, which I wanted to use for the handle of the bag. Okay, so after which I'll proceed with now marking out the stitching marks or the stitching points of the bag. Okay, so with that done, the both handles have been traced. I went ahead to sharpen up my blade so that I can cut out the trace. The sharper your blades, the safer they are to work with. A good sharp here and there, and we are ready to go cutting out the leather. So yeah, I think at this point here I was kind of like rubbing some sharpening, what they call it again, some sharpening, some compound, sharpening compound to ensure the blade is surgically sharp. So yeah, the blade started sliding into the leather as smooth as butter. And yep, that's how we went on that. Cut. Everything was going smooth with the cuts, and yeah, what even inspired me the handle of this bag? There was no inspiration actually. I just thought about the bag and I was like, okay, this will actually make a good style, add that unique Hermès-style kind of handle to the Gucci bag. So I was just trying to be creative there. Yeah, so I was checking out the bag. It was an original Gucci anyway, because the tag and everything was there. So I was done assembling the handle with the piping inside the handle, and good on that side. So here I was just trying to see the positioning to ensure that everything is fine on the handle that I was going to mount on the bag. So I was just sizing it up there with the masking tape behind it to ensure that the part of this pattern is fixed to the bag, while I kind of like mark the stitching points for the handle of the bag. I ensured that everything was positioned in the middle, and so I don't make any mistake, because I'm going to ruin the whole bag. So I was very careful at this point. So with that done, I started marking out the stitching parts for where the handle is going to attach to the bag. So that's on that point. On the other side, yeah, so same thing. I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side of the bag, because I mean, what you do to one side, you're going to actually do to the other side, because it's a bag handle. So at this moment, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe so that you help a little business to grow. Okay, and if you enjoy what I'm doing, I also like you to kind of like subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button, and drop your comment. I'm trying a little bit of style with my content creation, because I'm starting with this, so I'm trying to add a little bit of voicing to my videos, to see if my audience actually like it or not. So that's what I'll be doing now, maybe going forward, I don't know. So maybe you can help me with your feedback in the comment section and all. Alright, so let's get back to the bag creation. So at this point, I was trying like cutting open the bag so that I can mount the handle, and the way Gucci made this bag, they made it very, very unique, and that's one of the good thing of playing with big brands like this. You get to learn their tips and tricks and see how some of their methods are done. And I think for this bag, it was a learning curve for me. Okay, so at this point, I was just trying to take the measurement of the reinforcement for the handle, because I didn't want it to just sew the bag, so sew the handle of the on the bag. So I added a little bit of reinforcement to ensure that there's no much tension where the bag connects with the handle. So this 4 piece of reinforcement is going to be glued, and also stitching holes will be penetrated to them, so that I can stitch it along to the handle of the bag. So here I'm actually cutting them out to ensure that everything is clean and sharp. Okay, so that's on that side. Alright, so at this moment my cutouts are complete, 4 of them. So now I'll be gluing and mounting them to the internal part of the bag. So here I was just trying to look for the location, okay, where they will fit best. So I was also fixing this punching board inside, because I'll make a mark where the handles will go. So I was just creating some mark, which I will now later use to know the position where I will place the reinforcement. So that's what I'm actually doing at this point. Alright, so now the reinforcement, I'm just kind of like sizing the reinforcement, trying to get the balance and the middle point for the reinforcement, so that when I glue them, they are going to go right into the position, because I don't want to make any mistake here, because you ruin the whole process. So just marking out where I'll kind of like apply my gum, and also know where I'll place the reinforcements as soon as they are ready to be glued together. Alright, so I'm actually applying my gum at this moment to the reinforcement. Sorry, I'm using my hand. It was a little bit of I call it rush project. I won't call it rush project. I was actually not having enough time. But if you have like an applicator for glue, I would advise you do that. Okay, sorry, I used my hand at that point. Normally I was meant to use like an applicator or something. I do that a lot in my video anyway. It's a bad habit that is used to me, so I'm sorry about that. So I'm actually applying the reinforcement now. They go in there, and also to the other side I'll be doing the same thing. So I'm using contact glue, which in case you're wondering, of contact cement. Some people call it contact glue, some people call it contact cement. Glue is glue, so so far it's designed to work with leather, it's going to work. So at this moment I was just stitching. I'm already marking out punching out my stitching holes that I've already marked initially on the leather. So that's what I'm doing here. I'll also do the same thing on the other side, as well as the other face of the bag. You can see my stitching holes actually landed on the reinforcement, which is something that I wanted. So at this moment we have started assembling the handle. So I did this with normal saddle stitching because that's what is best for this joint. All right. At this point, the turnout was great, and voila! Here we have sewn the first handle to the side of the bag, and the turnout was great. This, like I said, this is my first time of trying the Hermès-style handle, and I nailed it right. You know, that's an effect of a lot of learning and also experience. I was actually skeptical trying it, but I did it and it worked out well. Okay, so at this moment I'm actually now gluing the zip line to the edge of the bag, which after which I'll use my sewing machine to run a stitch across. I didn't want to use saddle stitch because it's going to take a lot of my time. Just like I said, the project was if I was not having enough time for this project, so I would have used hand to sew the bag to keep the originality and all, but I was like, well, let me just do this with machine. It's going to be a bit fast for me and I'll see achieve the same result. Okay, so at this moment I've sewn it and the stitches were clean, and there you have it. It worked out as I wanted, and at this moment everything looks perfect and unique. So let me have your take. Did I do it well? Did you like it? In fact, the handle had a little bit of uniqueness to the bag, so, and I loved it. Enjoy, and see you once more, or see you again in my next video.